Hi, and welcome back to the revolution. Welcome to Sagittarius season. So, no newspapers, no witty tidbits, no anecdotal stories to impart. Just straight to the point. What is Sagittarius season about? It's about shooting the arrow from here to Aries, to the new year. Wherever we shoot that arrow now, Capricorn will have to reach that mark that we set. So it is a time of planning. It is a time of thinking of the future, perhaps not being so much in the now. And this is a criticism that you will hear. This will happen the whole time through the whole video. My speaking, Mercury retrograde, is already, it's done. It's upon me. You will often hear the complaint against Sagittarians be that they are not enough in the present, that they are striving for, searching for, constantly goal-oriented towards that which takes them out of here, out of this. And anyone who is rooted to the now can be shaken by it. So Scorpios going into Sagittarius season will find it really annoying because the still water gets turned into mutable fire, and it's a flip that a lot of Scorpios do not appreciate. They're like, okay, what is this? Like, this is crazy. We've just kind of, killed everything and settled down. Why now do we have to, go to the next place? Let's just rest a minute. And Sagittarius is like, no, we're not resting. We're going for it. We're going all the way to next year. This is the last stretch, and we have to plan for the future. The future is so much more important than the now. So for a lot of people, that's exciting. Some of you, depending on your placements, will hear that and say, yes, okay, I'm ready. That's exactly what I want. I want to be thinking about next year. I want to be setting up everything I'm going to do for the next year. I want to get motivated and ambitious about it and see it in my head and plan it out and work towards it. Some of us are going, geez, I'm not ready for all that. I barely have what I'm doing now figured out. I'm not quite ready to think about a whole new year yet, or think about goals to reach when I haven't even quite reached the ones I set up the last time I did this. And some of us are thinking, wow, that's such a drag. Why are we even thinking about anything except what's going on right now? What's going on right now is super fun, or what's going on right now is super compelling and necessary for our development. Why are we so far into the future? What is it about now that you don't want to deal with, that you don't want to pay attention to or acknowledge? And all of us would be right. There is a sense of needing to plan for the next season. There is a sense of needing to shoot that fire from now into the creative cardinal fire again. But there is also a need to put down the bow and arrow. There is also a need to stop galloping. There's a need to perhaps not point the arrow in every direction just because it happens to not be here. You see, that is the drawback and the pitfall of the Sagittarian personality, is if you get so goal-oriented and so fixed on what should be, what you want, what could be is a big one, then you can lose sight of the fact that your here and now isn't going anywhere. That you are so constantly changing direction depending on what impulse or stimuli or new information comes in. And that's all valid. You're allowed to change your mind. You should change your mind. But it can happen with such a frequency and with such a sweeping change that you don't end up getting anywhere. First it's this, and then it's that, and then it's that, and then all of a sudden you feel like a failure because you didn't reach any of those marks, and then you fall back on yourself, and you're going to be really hard on yourself because you weren't able to reach what was essentially an undefined goal. So Sagittarius is so goal oriented, but has such a problem reaching their goals. Well, only if the goal is the only thing in sight, or if everything is a goal. You know, this is the pitfall, is that either you're going to lose complete sight of what's going on with you and your loved ones and your human dynamics around you, and become consumed with this abstract idea of the future and what you could be or what they could be or what all of you could be, or you get so consumed in the now looking for the next goal that you can't seem to focus on anything, not the future, not now, not anybody, becoming very scattered. And so one of the criticisms you'll hear about Sagittarians is that they're too scattered. They're too all over the place. Or you'll hear that they're so fixed on something that it makes them like a drag to be around, you know? So we'll go into more of what Sagittarians can do to mitigate that in the Sagittarius video, but what can all of us do? What can we take away from now knowing that in mid-November, we're going to start to pick up this energy of wanting to push. We want to push every part of our life forward. We want progress. We want promotion. We want big things. We want to expand our mind. We want everyone around us to expand their minds. We have all these visions of what it could be, what it should be. And so knowing that this is the energy that will take over us as of November 23rd or so, now you can use it in some areas, right? Use it to plan what needs to be planned. That's awesome. But also use this information as a bandage over the part of yourself that's going to get wounded by your own arrows for not reaching said goals, for not reaching maybe a goal that you set up a year ago that now is all of a sudden coming back around. Like, why didn't you reach that? Why didn't you do that? We don't want to get lost. We don't want to lose sight of the very human things that happen between people that can keep you from reaching your goal, and also perhaps has helped you by not allowing you to. That's the other thing that we can miss in Sagittarius season, is that if we don't get what we want, we can become so disheartened. Like, oh, why didn't I get that thing? That thing would have, you know, really just been the thing that would have made it. Well, obviously not, because you didn't get it. You know, and that can't always be a personal judgment. That can't always be an L or a loss that you have to take because a goal wasn't reached, because something didn't work out. Sometimes goals are set up not so you can reach them, just so that they're there. Just so, like in the I Ching, it says you have a beautiful island to row towards. Perhaps you never end up there. Perhaps that was never the point of it. You see? So learning to discern between what was there to help you along and what is there to be reached and is attainable, knowing the difference between the two, knowing when to push yourself and when to hold back and perhaps put the bow and arrow down, is what Sagittarius season is about. So, like I said, mutable fire coming out of still water. So you've been feeling like, okay, I'm finally getting a handle on why people feel the way they feel, why I feel the way I feel. There are things that are coming back around into my life. There are moves being made. Like, I'm really excited about so many things, but I have this deep, calm knowing about certain things now. And I know that I can do it. And Sagittarius takes that and is like, you know you can do it. Let's do this and this and this and this. And you have to be the one who says, okay, I appreciate this fire. First of all, give me a minute to ramp up to this. 1. 2, we've got retrogrades going on. 3, we've got this Uranus transit going on. It's not going to happen again for 84 years. This is the last time Aries and Uranus will meet for 84 years. So you coming out of Scorpio season have to be the one to take the lead and say, okay, Sagittarian energy, this is what we want to gallop towards. This is what we want to be in the moment with. And this is what we want to plan long-term for our future. Now, remember, anything that you do shoot that arrow towards next month, in the month after in Capricorn season, you will have to work towards that. You will have to climb that height to which you've shot that arrow. So be cognizant of that, because you don't want to get to the end of the year and be like, oh, I don't know why I set that self up for myself, even, you know, just in my mind as the goal, because I can never reach that and I'm so disappointed in myself. In Capricorn season, if you're disappointed in yourself, then it'll come in and just really beat you with it, right? Knowing that that's what we have coming up, we want to be not realistic. I'm not saying you have to set your expectations low. I'm just saying it has to be something that you can actually work towards without losing steam, because Capricorn's going to push you when we get there. So whatever you set up, you're going to get pushed to do. So get real clear, dial back the mutable fire enthusiasm to suit your placements and your nature. And, you know, for example, if you're a Cancer, Cancers come into Sagittarius season and they're like, we're going from still water to mutable fire, and the North Node just moved into our sign. I can do all the things, you know. Dial it back. You are heavy water. Dial it back. You are cardinal water. You don't want to do all the things right now. You want to make a list. You want to see how the season starts to play out. You want to see how much of that list is feasible, and then you want to move forward. You don't want to get carried on this wave of fire that's going to die out abruptly in Capricorn season. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, say you're an air sign. You're an air sign coming into Sag season. You want to feed that fire. You want to put as much air out there as you can. You want to communicate. You want to run around. You want to date. You want to party. Okay, that's cool. That's all cool. That's all good. As long as you also realize that the month after you're going to have to get to work. And if you have nothing planned out for what you I say you have to work and the camera free. Yeah, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to work at the things. And if you have no scaffolding, if you haven't put anything up that you want to work towards, and you've just been all air and fire, we're going to get to cardinal earth and you're going to be lost. You're not going to know what to do. You're just going to be a fire that burns out. You need firewood for that too. So not just air and fire, right? You need earth. You need earth to burn. So look one season ahead. If Sagittarius season is all about looking ahead, look ahead of its season itself is what I'm saying, right? If you are an earth sign and you come into Sagittarius season feeling like Scorpio has really drowned you, like you don't have what it takes to now deal with fire. You're just like, no, I can't do anymore. I'm sorry. In that case, rest. Rest even though it's a fiery season. Rest even though everything in you is telling you, get up, do this, do that. You know that you need the rest. You know that Scorpio season was terrifyingly exhausting for you. So don't get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up in the social manic, sort of energy that can happen in Sagittarius season. Just don't buy into it. Rest. If you need to rest, rest. If you are a fire sign, light it up. Leos are ready to light it up. You have so much good stuff coming up. Aries are even more excited because they're already feeling like their season is almost here, because they're like, oh, almost to the end of the year. It's almost our time again. They always think it's almost their season. So do it. You're the ones who are given the power now to forge ahead. Leo's already made all their plans. They can use this fire to get ahead. Aries has been making plans. They can use this fire to speed themselves up. Everybody else who's not a fire sign, I said this in Leo season 2, don't try to keep up. It's not our season. You will burn out. You will exhaust yourself. You will say the wrong things at the wrong time. Be careful what you say. Yeah, be careful what you say this season to anyone. I would suggest that you use Sagittarius season as a time when anything you say can and will be published against you. Just be careful. Don't say anything you don't want other people confronting you on. Don't say anything that other people can't come to you and say, hey, did you say this about me? Or did you say this? Because I need to know. If you can back it up with, yeah, I did, so what? Then do it. And if not, keep it to yourself. Because again, we get this abstract notion of what is right and what is wrong and what is justified and what should be said. And, we get all sorts of impulses in Sagittarius season to move and say and communicate and connect. And a lot of us end up putting our foot in our mouth, especially during a retrograde anyway. So just play it close to the chest. And of course, it's a given. Have fun. Have fun. You can rest and have fun. You can not make plans and have fun. You can make plans and have fun. You can be thinking about your future and still go out and have fun. You can not give a fuck about your future and still go out and have fun. You will have fun this season. It's just about what the come down is going to be like. Are you going to burn out after? Or are you going to have beautiful plans laid out that you can actually work towards? Or are you going to be completely at your wit's end because you did no planning at all? It's all up to you. That's the beauty of Sagittarius season. It's independence. You can make it what you want. Scorpio season, you don't have a choice. It just it pulls you under and you're like, I'm drowning, but I love you. Okay, drown me. Go ahead. Sagittarius season is like, come on, let's go. Let's go party a little bit. Come on. Thank God. Come on, I got you out of there. What do you feel like doing? You want to go take over the world, or you want to start a company, or what do you want to do? And we're like, oh, thank God, Sagittarius. Hopeful ambition. Okay, let's go do something. Oh my God, I was drowning. Thank you for saying, we will all have that. It's how we react to that we have to be careful of. Some of us are going to jump out of the still water and be like, oh my God, thank God I'm out. Let's go do this and this and this and this. And you will burn out. Some people will get out and want to jump back in. Cancer. No, don't jump back in. No. Still water season is over. We move forward, please. Scorpios will just continue pretending like it's their season, because it's like always their season to them. So what are you going to do about that? Just leave them be. That's about it. Readings will go up shortly. Readings and extendeds. Sagittarius season guided meditation to get us through the season in high hopes and good spirits will also be out on Vimeo. You can also find it through PayPal. And what else? If you would like to become a member of the channel, we do live streams twice a month. We review products and we do a live question and answer. They're both super fun. You can find the links below. Tickets for Negril, Miami over New Year's, Negril in late January, early February, and London in March are all up on Eventbrite. The link should be below. Podcast is raging. We are top 100 in religion and spirituality on iTunes in the world. Big deal. Thank you, The Revolution. The podcast is called Revolution Ramblings. Check it out if you haven't already. We are in the midst of a 30-day challenge, which is super dope. And the best way to book a reading is through the website. There's a Chatelize link once a week. There are personal readings on Fridays. We do it all through Chatelize. You book through them, you pay through them. If your video quality is bad, if you can't make it, you reschedule through them. Everything is done through them. It's super cool. I love it so much. And the best way to communicate would be Instagram, and all the Instagram handles will be below. That was a very Sagittarius list there at the end. The energy is already working on us. I love you. Welcome to Mutable Fire. It's going to be super fun. We're going to have a good time. Just keep your head. I'll see you in the videos. Love you.